Hello everyone, it's Ramirez here. I just read this manga and it's called Ijimeru Aitsu ga Waruinoka, Ijimerareta Boku ga Waruinoka, which roughly translates to is the bully bad or is the bullied me bad? Which is not a very good translation and also sounds like the manifesto of a school threat. But unironically, it's actually pretty good, so I'm gonna review it right now. The story is about this man in his late 20s named Aizawa, who in his youth was bullied tremendously by this guy named Suzuki, to the point that he became truant and absolutely insane. Eventually, Aizawa picks himself back up and actually becomes a functioning member of society, but his past of being bullied by Suzuki haunts him. Aizawa becomes a middle school teacher 20 years later, and guess who's in his class? Yes, the daughter of the man that bullied him all of his life. And the rest of the manga becomes an absolute dynamite of psychological tension. There's all kinds of dramas and beef everywhere, and Aizawa, finally having the power to actually affect Suzuki's life, starts bullying and abusing his bully's daughter. There's all kinds of stuff like the leakage of nudes and all kinds of crazy stuff, and honestly, it's a very exciting manga to read. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think bullying is wrong, and when I see people bully, I don't do anything about it, but I think to myself, bullying is wrong. However, when I see a bully being bullied for bullying, I think that is pretty cool. I love seeing people get a taste of their own medicine. But this manga takes that concept to a whole nother level. Now, I get it, right? We all want to beat the guy up that beat us up in middle school and that embarrassed us in front of our crush. If I meet my bully, I would probably spit in their coffee. But this guy literally went out of his way to become a teacher, which takes a very long time, and then get employed in the school of the bully's daughter, and then somehow find a way to teach the bully's daughter and sway all of the classmates to bully the bully's daughter. It's pretty psychopathic and really shows the interesting ideas created by the author to show the morality of his actions and to make the audience think, to what extent is bullying okay? Now, this type of manga is what I like to call the hot trash manga. It's a specific genre for just hot garbage with such strange plot lines that still keep you hanging because of just how strange and crazy they are. Now, even though I call this hot trash manga, I don't think this is a bad manga. I actually wish that you guys would all check this out, and I really like this type of manga when done well, and that is one of the reasons why Domestic Girlfriend is in my top 5 mangas of all time. However, there's a few things that I liked and a few things that I disliked about this manga. Now, for some of the things that I like, there's a very interesting idea that goes on at the beginning of the show where Suzuki, the bully and the father of the daughter, says that people get bullied because they're losers and they cannot handle pressure. And that's really interesting to the audience because knowing what his daughter's going through, would he feel the same way? And that type of development is really interesting. And there are a lot of developments like that will really pay off at the end of this manga, where some really interesting things are bound to happen and I'm really excited for. This different flow of ideas and personalities and different beliefs is really interesting for the manga, as it fleshes out a lot of the different characters in it, even though they seem kind of shallow at first, and it becomes much more than just a raw dog with lube. Some of the other things that the manga does really well is just the overall progression of the story. There's twists and turns every chapter with new developments, with new characters being added to the mix, and it's an absolute cesspool of garbage that you just cannot wait for the next chapter of. It's pretty much art at this point, just mumbling in the most garbage and nuanced plot lines, which adds to the already dumpster fire plot line. It's interesting that the daughter of the bully is the only person that is actually sane in this manga series. Everybody else is absolutely delusional, and some of the side characters are just absolutely insane. There are some crazy nuances like the bully's wife apparently killing herself because Suzuki was having an affair with his daughter's teacher. It's just a cesspool of complete garbage, and I'm all for it, man. It's done really well, and it's really exciting. I'm all for it, man. You guys should definitely check this one out. However, there are things that I don't like. This isn't the perfect manga like Domestic Girlfriend was, but I think this is a good replacement. One of the few things that really did bother me was just the side characters. I think they're a bit just too much. The daughter of the bully doesn't have anyone to back her up. It just seems like the whole world is against her, and I know that's a stylistic choice, but some of the things that these characters do just seems extremely unrealistic and doesn't really make any sense. It's just kind of weird, and the only reason they do it is for extra drama that doesn't really add much. But that's just something that's minor. The main character is absolutely a psychopath that I relate to on a personal level. His determination and his prowess to bully someone's daughter after he has been done wrong 20 years prior is something that I hope to achieve. It's the same pettiness and conviction that made Michael Jordan the greatest basketball player of all time. So I really have a deep connection with that main character. But it also makes you question his morals. Why bully someone's daughter? Why not attack him himself? Why not spit in his coffee? Why not piss in his pockets? Why not jerk off on his laundry? It makes the audience ask questions about really the morality of these characters. Why are they doing what they're doing? While also being a crazy roller coaster of emotions. I feel like this is one of the strongest mangas to come out this year. There's only about 15 chapters or so out right now, and I'm not too sure of the release schedule, but a new chapter came out very recently. So I'm feeling a light to decent 2 on this.